Say hi. Say hi. Say welcome to Align with Ariana. Say hi. Blow kisses. Blow kisses. Mwah. Say welcome to Align with Ariana. Hi, welcome to Align with Ariana. I am Ariana, of course, your favorite psychic medium. I am able to go beyond the veil of life and death to connect with spirits that are sometimes nice and sometimes not so much. So if you are new to my channel, welcome here. Now, my content can be very real and very true, so enter at your own risk. This Tell My Story edition is going to be a highly requested video of the Millbrook twins. On this Tell My Story edition, I am going to connect with the twins to see if there's anything that they would like to talk about, that they would like to make us aware that they were not, and they are here and they are ready to connect. So I am first connecting with Dannette. Her spirit is very, very bright. She is very, very connected. She said that her and her twin were separated. So she's saying that her and her sister are not together anymore. The two have been separated, and it's a possibility that some things have come up under the investigation that have pointed to them being separated. So she's kind of trying to walk me through her story. She's telling me that they had to leave for some particular reason. They left their house and they traveled about a couple of miles. She's saying a couple of miles. I don't know why she keeps saying the number 15. Maybe 15 is very important for her. She keeps saying 15. Maybe they just celebrated a birthday, or they just had some type of birthday celebration or something around the age of 15. So she's saying yes. She's saying that her connection was that she and her sister were together. They were always together. They never were separated. They were never apart. The reason why they were separated is because they were stronger together than they were apart. So they had to separate these two energies because they were very headstrong. They could think their way through things, and they were very, very smart. She's saying that she was an A student. They both were A students, top of the line when it comes to education. And I can tell by the way she's communicating that she is very, very vocal, and she's very calm about the situation. She is saying that they were separated. She said that she feels like this was connected she's saying connected to her father. I don't know why she keeps saying her father. So she's saying that there was a previous argument a couple of days before they left the house. So a couple of days before they left the house, they were actually considered moving with someone, possibly an aunt or a big sister, someone older, a big sister or auntie, possibly, or maybe even an older grandmother. But they were considering relocating and moving. They said that, Dannette is saying that she did not like where they had moved. They had moved to a new area where she was not familiar with. She's saying this area was not far from her family, but it was far enough. She said she wasn't very happy about the distance. She said that she had to walk in towards the east direction to get to her sister's house. So she's talking about her older sister, or something about a sister. So I believe that the two were together when they were walking to the sister house. She's saying yes, the two were together when they were walking to the sister's house. On their way to the sister's house, or a couple of days before that, she's saying they noticed something very weird and unusual. She's saying that something about a van, but I'm seeing the van as a dark color van, but I'm seeing the van as maybe a dark color van, but maybe like a grayish color. It's like a white. If you sand the van down, it gives like a gray tinted color. So it wasn't polished, it wasn't perfectly shining up. It was like a dull matte color, but I'm seeing that. So I don't know if it was black and then they shaded it to grayish, or if it was white and it was white and black and they shaded it into gray, but it is a grayish off color van. She's saying that they noticed this, But she's saying that she feels like this is connected with some police authorities as well. She is not saying that this connection is solely and only just one individual. She feels like multiple people corroborated together to do this. And she is saying that it possibly was a connection with her father. She said that her father was, I don't know if she's saying Tron or John. Tron or John. It sounds like she's saying Tron, but it could be John. She's saying that her father, Tron or John, John, she said John, that her father was very ill or very angry. I don't know if he used to work in some type of authority or security or some type of connection with, she keeps showing me like possibly military. He was very militant in the way he thought, in the way he did things. And he was very, very aggressive with the girls. The girls made perfectly good grades, but he was not happy. Something about with the way they were changing. This could have been the way they were changing. They were kind of learning how to speak up for themselves that they no longer used to do. So they spoke up for themselves more. They were interested in going out and like doing more social things. Not necessarily going out, but they possibly wanted to go to like games or interested in doing things that involved them to be more of a social being at the schools or at the high schools. But they were more so interested in clubs, more like book clubs or chess clubs, more like clubs where you can get together socially, but not anything that was going to be wild or party by nature. They were not those type of individuals. So Dannette is explaining that her father had started to change. She noticed this, but she's saying that she feels like the connection of them leaving or the disappearance might have something to do with him, in a sense that he did not want to help. She's saying he did not want to help, and she knows this and she's very aware of it. She's saying that she can't find Jeanette. She can't find her twin. She said they are separated at this point, and she can't find her twin. She's saying that she knows that when they were walking home or walking to the sister's house, it was somewhere in between the time of the sister's house. But she's saying that they were walking possibly away from the sister's house, and they were going in the direction of home, but something happened where they had to split. So they split, they went to two different areas. So I keep seeing that possibly someone had got out of a van and chased Jeanette and Dannette and took them into the van. So what it looks like to me is that when this vehicle pulled up, this was a vehicle that they had seen before. It was something that they had seen before. And I keep seeing the license plate on the vehicle. It's something about JEP, possibly the number 13. Something about 13. 13 or JEP. But what I am seeing is that when the van pulled up, the two tried to separate or go in a different direction, but they were not able to get away fast or quickly. So she said that Jeanette took off running when the van pulled up. Jeanette took off running in the direction she was going to run in between two homes. And Dannette, she did not fight. She actually when the van pulled up, she was trying to corroborate like a lot. She was being very mild. She didn't want to intensify things because she said she believes that there are some unkept secrets from the police department. There is some information from the police department that has not been expressed. She is saying that she feels like the connection had to do with her father. I'm not sure, but she's saying that she feels that her father, some officials or government officials like really upset someone, possibly a mayor or someone during that time. She's saying that her father was an activist. He was very vocal about things. So even though you might have not known him or his name, but a lot of people knew him as a guy to not take any stuff. And she's saying that he was very well aware of what happened, and this had something to do with him speaking out against something, and this happened about a week later. So he spoke out against something, and then a week later the girls went missing. So it was something, I don't know if it was some type of gathering or something that he spoke about. It could have been something as it relates to housing or a contract, or something as it relates to a contract or a housing. But he went head on with this individual, and he fought tooth and nail about this situation. And then a week later the girls went missing. The girls saying that they tried to talk to their parents about being bullied, about being teased at school. They were talking to their parents about what was going on, because a lot of them knew them before they came, or when they came into the area, because of their father. So they were trying to communicate about what was going on at school. So they didn't actually want to go to school that next day. She's saying that they didn't want to go to school that next day. They were avoiding it. That's why they were going around to so many different people's houses. She's saying that it's possible that they went to 3 different people's home in a day before they had to go to school. The 3 people that they connected with were family members. I keep saying family members, and possibly one friend, but I keep saying family members that they were trying to connect with. They actually didn't want to go back home, because they're saying that they received some type of threat mail or threat letter. There was a letter of threat that was sent to them, and they did not want to go back home. So they were being very cautious about where they went, and they wanted to walk on the street. They said they were about 3 blocks away from their home, not very far, when they were taken. She said Dannette is saying that she cooperated. Her sister decided to run, and when her sister decided to run, that's when she said things got a little bit worse, but not that bad. But she remembered that her sister started to run, and they put something over her sister's head. And I keep saying something over the mouth of Dannette. So I don't know if they put something on the mouth to cover her, but something was on the mouth so they could not scream. I'm seeing 2 males involved in this, 2 males, and I'm also seeing 2 males that are very proficient in what they do. She said that when they got in the van, she could not see anything. She knew her sister was in there, but she could not feel it, because her sister didn't make a sound or didn't make a noise. So she's saying that she knew that they was there. She's saying that at that time they went towards, she's saying that they were coming home about 3 blocks, and then they were headed towards the southeast direction from where they are located, southeast direction. And she remember the energy of the road picking up, so it was more so like they was heading out of the city. So they was going in the direction out of the city. She's saying that she still feels like that this was involved with her father. This was a serious connection with her father. Someone wanted to pay the family back in some type of way. Okay, so she is saying when they were walking in the direction of home, they were about 3 blocks from where they were, and they were going to cut in between a house, but they did not. They wanted to stay on the street. She is saying when they turned down, they made a right turn towards a street. It's kind of like a curve, but the street might start with a J, or I keep saying something about a James or Jamison or something, James Street or something that's very close by. There's something with the letter J. And she's saying that is when that van pulled up that had been following them. And she said that her sister immediately went into panic. She did not, but she said that her sister immediately went into panic. That her sister tried to run, and she tried to run in between the houses that they normally cut through. She was trying to run in that direction, and someone got out and chased her down. But I keep saying there's 2 individuals. So she's saying that the individual got out and she did not put up a fight, but something incapacitated her to the point where when she got in the van, she wasn't aware of things. She was kind of like a drug, kind of like loopy, did not understand what was going on, but somewhat still aware and conscious of what was going on. But she knows that her sister took off and ran because she could hear everything. She could still hear everything. And she said that she remembers getting in the van. She remembers the breathing and the sound. They were very, very scared, very, very nervous. But she said from that point, she felt like the van took a U-turn out off of the street, off of that same street where they were reported missing, and took a right. Now, what she's saying in that direction of right, when you go in that direction, it might put you going back towards the city. She's saying Georgia. She's saying that the area is like 20 minutes or 20 miles outside of Georgia. And that could have been Athens, Georgia. She's saying that the school, wherever they went to school at, they passed. She said she remembers, she felt the energy of passing her school. She knows. Now I want to remind you that I'm communicating with her higher self. So her higher self is going to remember details and things that she might have not remembered in the physical state of her being present, but her higher self knows. It is possible that she might be located near Tifton. She's saying Tifton is possibly where her location is. I do not see her sister with her. I do see her. But she is saying that her area, her location could be in near Tifton, Georgia. What is weird, you guys, is that I am not picking up on any type of energy of murder. I'm not picking up on any type of energy where it is like her soul is. This is so weird. It's like it's very weird, you guys. Now, oftentimes I can get energy from the past, present, and future, but I'm not picking up on any energy of murder. I am picking up, her light is very, very bright. I just keep sensing that something is going to happen for them very, very soon. Some news is going to come out very, very soon. Especially with the investigators, because there are some secrets that were not told. Especially like the letter, and she keeps saying this was in connection with her father, but her spirit is not even talking about a tragic situation. Her spirit is just talking directly about the van turning around while they were in the car and taking a right, or going right to that street and heading towards possibly passing their school, but she keeps saying that they are near a farm-like area near Tifton. She keeps saying they, possibly because her last memory was with her sister while she was there, but she is, Dannette is communicating very strongly. I would like to bring out the cards, the tangibles, to see if it can better help connect the present energy, to see if she's in any danger. Okay, so the weird connection that I'm getting, it might be very, very possible that the Millbrook twins were sold off or given for a marriage or a union or some type of connection with someone. I am not making this up. I am telling you, the connection that I'm getting with Dannette, she is saying that she can't locate her sister. She doesn't know where her sister is at. And I'm not picking up on any type of energy of harsh or like trauma there. I am not picking up on that. I even pulled out so many tangibles to connect with this. And some type of partnership has taken place. Some type of union has taken place for monies. Money is definitely involved. Okay, so someone possibly was taken or sold off between a union and a marriage. It is like these girls knew that something was going to happen, but they didn't know what. There is going to be some information that is going to come out very, very soon about their case, about their story, about what is left unsaid. There are a few key things that Dannette keeps mentioning. Number one is that they received some type of letter. I don't know if it was a hate letter or hate mail, but they were being bullied, and they had a few things that were going on, but they wanted to get out and do things more socially, but their father would not allow them. So they were coming of a certain age. So they were getting close to a certain age where typically around this age, you would be preparing yourself for some type of marriage or union. I believe the girls were going to leave the home very, very soon to relocate with another family member because they didn't like how some things were changing. And Dannette is saying that her father did not like the way their bodies were changing and developing to women. So this probably made some things very, very sketchy. But Dannette is saying that this all changed about a week prior or a week after to a disagreement that the father had with someone that was very important. And then a week later they went missing. So she's saying that they pretty much almost knew like this was coming, and they tried to avoid it at whatever cost. But I keep seeing energy that is very, very harsh around them, and someone was aggressive in the manner of making sure that they were going to stay with them. I keep seeing that they are not connected with, Dannette is not connected with her sister, and it is very possible that there are so many people that are trying to put the pieces together, but what I am picking up on, you guys, is very real, very true. I want to thank you guys for aligning with Ariana. If you would like your own personal reading,